It goes without saying that road cyclists and mountain bikers have a huge amount in common. For starters, we all just love riding bikes, right? And of course, many road cyclists are also mountain bikers, and mountain bikers road cyclists. That said, there are plenty of riders who strongly identify as either a roadie or a mountain biker and would never, ever consider dipping their toes into the other discipline. But if you're a mountain biker who, until now, has refused to accept that road cycling even exists, or believes that skin-tight, stretchy clothing is an affront to polite society, then maybe, just maybe, we can change your mind with this video. Yes, in a highly scientific and extremely seriously minded and diligently researched piece of journalism, we present you with the top 5 things mountain bikers can learn from their road cycling cousins. We guarantee that after watching this video, the scales will fall from your eyes and your mountain biking life will be at least 27.6% better. Okay, we don't guarantee any of that. But as always, if you do want to see more hot content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe and click the little bell icon so that every time we upload a video, you'll get a notification. But without further ado, here's our top 5. Okay, we know that some mountain bikers do grind up steep climbs under their own steam, but admit it, there are plenty more of you for whom the idea of using your very own human legs to power you up to the start of the trail you're planning on chucking yourself down is an anathema. In fact, you likely only feel pity as your e-bike motor, or better still, diesel-powered uplift, helps you glide effortlessly past roadies gurning their way in granny gears to the summit. But dear mountain biker, you should really feel jealousy. Sure, that Lycra-clad cyclist is probably in pain, can taste blood, and will maybe even do a little sick on their shoes at the peak. But by God, the sense of satisfaction and achievement they'll get from cresting a climb, whether a little local lump or a Tour de France famous col, simply cannot be underestimated. And if smugness isn't a look you wear well, then there is a serious side to spending more time riding up than you do down, namely incredible strength and fitness gains. Obviously, riding uphill will make you better at, well, riding uphill, but the heady mix of aerobic and anaerobic work that climbs, especially varied longer ones, demand of your body will make you a better all-round mountain biker. And you still get to head downhill as fast as possible afterwards, of course. While clipless pedals are pretty much ubiquitous on road bikes, mountain bike riders are split between clipped-in and flat pedal users. Flat pedals definitely have a big place off-road. You can get your foot off of a flat easily to dab it down on a turn, and you can alter your foot placement to adjust your balance when nailing jumps. However, pedaling can be less efficient, and it's harder to pedal powerfully through rough terrain when riding flats. Your feet can get bumped off the pedals too, and a spiky pedal hitting your shins will make you cry really wet tears. Clipless pedals provide security on descents, better power transfer and consistency, especially in terms of foot placement. And where do clipless pedals really come into their own? I refer you to point 1, which you're obviously already completely on board with. Clipless pedals will make climbing easier, as every bit of your upward pedal stroke is delivering power to your rear wheel. And of course, practicing clipless pedaling, yeah, we know you're actually clipped in, offers plenty of comedy potential as you get to grips with clipping and unclipping without falling slowly sideways into those stinging nettles. Roadies are data junkies. There's nothing they like more than boasting about their FTP, watts per kilo or heart rate zones. Some even understand what these terms actually mean and how to use them. A few of them even have spreadsheets and computer apps devoted to this kind of stuff. Sure, riding bikes really shouldn't be like filing accounts, but knowing a little bit more about yourself will make you a better mountain biker. For instance, working out your FTP, that's your functional threshold power, or even just discovering your different heart rate training zones can all deliver big performance gains. Essential if racing is your thing, but also hugely helpful if you want to stay out on the trails for longer. Pair your Garmin to a heart rate strap and embrace apps like Strava, beloved to so many number crunching roadies, and you'll discover deep data lakes in which to dive. These are things roadies use to get those famous marginal gains, and it'll work for you too. If you've got a baseline set of numbers, you can use these to plan and guide your training, and even experiment with things like reducing rolling resistance in your tyres, suspension setup, less baggy kit, and even fewer beers the night before a ride to see how it affects your performance. And then boast about them to your roadie friends. Roadies spend a fortune on getting their bikes to fit them correctly. And we're not just talking about the high rollers who drop the price of a family car on bespoke machines made of precious metal. Bike fitting is now part and parcel of even the most modest road bike purchasing journey. It's kind of important for tarmac dwellers, as they spend most of their time in just one, or at best two, positions on the bike for occasionally stupidly long periods of time. But while mountain bikers don't spend anywhere near as long sitting down just pedalling, ensuring that you've sorted things like correct saddle height, saddle angle, as well as bar height, bar width and roll can have a dramatic effect on your comfort and control. The latter, for example, can help with how the bike handles in corners and how much traction you can generate through the front tyre. We'd recommend having a bike fit the first time you buy a bike, but certainly the first time you spend big on a bike. Get it right, and you can take those numbers with you whenever you buy a new ride. We know there are two things that really separate mountain bikers from road cyclists, so we're going to give you a bonus tip here. First up, mountain bikers wear baggy kit, and the men have proudly hairy legs, whilst roadies, of both genders, wear leotards and have silky smooth pins. Obviously, we concede that most mountain bikers do wear some kind of padding beneath their Bermuda shorts. You do, right? But why not dare to be different and forego the oversized kit and get all skin tight? It's more aerodynamic for starters, so you'll go faster. It's also, trust us, really comfortable, especially for longer rides. And if it's good enough for cross-country champs like Nino Schurter and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot, then surely it's good enough for you. And as for the leg shaving, well, don't believe the aerodynamics chap from Road Riders. That is a marginal gain at best. No, for mountain bikers, the benefits are all about good hygiene. It's much easier to clean caked on mud from hair-free legs, and if you crash, it's much easier to clean a non-hirsute graze or hideously deep gash, and there's no hair to get into the wound, which helps reduce the chance of nasty infection. It's also easier to spot pesky ticks on your hairless legs. And if that's not enough, there's little to beat the feeling of freshly saved legs brushing against silk sheets. Okay, that really is just a roadie thing. Did we get this all wrong? Should we have picked something else? As always, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and click that little bell icon so that every time we upload a video, you get a notification. Goodbye.